Hey guys, Garrett back for Sableye the Mind Sculptor with another Commander deck tech. And this deck is cool in a few ways. First, it is the deck that started me playing lots of black. If you guys go back through my channel, you'll notice I play quite a few black decks. That is because black is my favorite color in Magic. But it is also my actual favorite IRL Commander deck. I've had it for a while, and I've made a lot of modifications to it over time. A few of these cards are different between my paper deck and my online deck. Some of the cards don't exist online, and some of the cards are exorbitantly expensive in paper, so I'll leave you guys to figure out which one I play online and which one I play in real life. Anyway, moving on to the deck tech. This is a Liliana Heretical Healer deck, and I've decided to name it The Wall Liliana, because all you do is keep your opponents from attacking into your Liliana. You're going to play your Liliana Heretical Healer on turn 3, sacrifice a creature so she flips into Liliana Defiant Necromancer, and then you are going to just plus her up every turn from there on out until you get to 9, and then you're going to ultimate her and win the game from there. So how do you keep them from stopping you from getting your Liliana to 9? Because it takes a long time to get her to 9. It takes a bunch of turns. How do you keep yourself safe during that time? Well, we have first a ton of little 1/1 and 2/2s with Death Touch, such as Farika's Chosen, Hand of Silumgar, Gonti, Lord of Luxury. And we also have a couple of ways to generate 1/1s with Death Touch, such as Ophiomancer and Ogre Slumlord. We also have some assassins. Notorious Assassin can tap to destroy a non-black creature. Royal Assassin can tap to destroy a tapped creature. Avatar of Woe can tap to destroy a creature. And these guys will just sit out, tap to kill their creatures as they come in. And basically, they're your tool to keep yourself from getting attacked. You just threaten your opponent with killing their creatures if they attack you, and you always follow through if they do. That's the rule. You have to always follow through on your threats and follow through on your promises with this deck. If you say, I won't kill your creature if you don't attack me, you do not kill that creature. If you say, I will kill your creature when you attack me, you have to kill that creature, because otherwise people will disregard your word entirely. But if you stay completely true to your word, they will never attack you. They'll just be too scared of their creatures dying. We also have a single copy of Koskun Falls, which is 2 black, for a black propaganda, but you have to tap a creature on your upkeep or sacrifice it. And that's just nice because it keeps people from being able to attack you unless they pay more mana into it. So we have a little bit of ramp in this deck. This is one of the categories I think should be beefed up. We have Charcoal Diamond, Crypt Gas, Jet Medallion, Soul Ring, and I think this is probably a little bit too little right now. I have been having fine results with it, but I would probably add more if I were you guys trying to run this deck. We have card draw, we have all the normal black stuff, you know, Ambition's Cost, Ancient Craving, Knight's Whisper, Promise of Power, Sign in Blood. All the lose life, draw cards stuff you could shake a stick at. We also have Skull Clamp and Vampiric Rites because sacrificing creatures is fun and will get you a lot of cards. And Grim Horospecs because, you know, it's always good to have incentives for your creatures to die in decks like this with lots of small, useless creatures that really don't hurt you much when they do die and usually hurt your opponents more than you. So our sack outlets for this deck are Bloodflow Connoisseur, Carrion Feeder, Nantuko Husk, Skull Clamp, Vampiric Rites, and Valdaran Pariah. So Bloodflow Connoisseur, Carrion Feeder, and Nantuko Husk are all free instant speed sack outlets, which will be relevant later. And Valdaran Pariah is another one that I would not use spontaneously. You use it to threaten people out of attacking you. You say, okay, well, you're going to have to sacrifice 3, maybe 6 creatures if you try to come at me, so I would just suggest attacking someone else. I don't even flip Valdaran Pariahs a lot of the times when I'm playing with them. Maybe I do it to finish off a player, but most of the time I just use it to threaten people. Because, well, you don't get to kill their creatures. You have effectively killed their creatures if they're not attacking you with them or using them against you in any way. So moving on, we have 6 tutors in this deck because I really want to be sure that I hit a few of my cards. These are Brain Spoil and Dark Petition. Brain Spoil and Dimir Houseguard, which are both ones that'll be sent off for 4 and 5 mana respectively, because you want to be hitting your Grave Pacts and your Dictative Erebos in this deck. That's very important that you hit those cards. It's just those are some of the most powerful cards in black, and they are especially good in decks like this where you want your creatures to be dying for 1 for Liliana, but 2, again, just having the threat is useful. We also have Flesh Writher for the same purpose, because it can transfigure itself into a Grave Pact. Flesh Writher is actually the only card ever to be printed with Transfigure. It's a Future Sight card, so yeah. And then our general tutors are Dark Petition, Diabolic Tutor, and Sidisi Undead Vizier. It's because these are the cheap ones, and I'm a cheap person. For our land base, we have 1 Barrenmoor, because why not? 1 Bajuka Bog, because, again, why not? 1 Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, same reasoning, and then 35 Swamps. This is mono black after all. Next, we have some cards with Madness. I'm not going to list them all off. You can look at them if you want. They're here because Liliana's 1+ can also get you value sometimes, and that's great. So our win condition. So I said that we needed to have instant speed free sack outlets earlier, and here's why. Liliana's ultimate says that whenever a creature dies, at the beginning of the end step, you get it back under your control. And what this lets you do is lock players entirely out of the game with a couple of cards. So I have 2 cards specifically, Ashen Skin Zubra and Black Cat, which basically say whenever they die, your opponent discards a card. And what that means is that if you have an instant speed discard effect, an instant speed sack effect, and a way to get them back every turn, you have an instant speed discard effect every single turn. So what you're going to do is make them discard the only card they draw every turn. They're never going to get to look at new cards. And if you have a Dictate of Erebos on the field at this time, they're going to have to sacrifice a creature every turn. You're basically going to reduce your opponents to nothing extremely quickly if you make them discard the card that they draw every turn. This is actually something Wizards has been very careful of. They never print instant speed discard effects for this exact reason. So that's how you're going to win. And then, I probably should have mentioned this earlier because this is a less influential part of the deck, but I have 4 Wraths. I usually run 4 or 5 Wraths in any deck. They're kind of interchangeable. For instance, if you don't have a Damnation, don't run Damnation. It's not that necessary. I only really run Damnation in my online decks because I have a copy online and it's a lot cheaper online. So for instance, I'm also running Crux of Fate, Extinction, and Life's Finale, but feel free to switch that in any way you want. So that's the deck. I hope you guys like it. Please tell me anything you want in the comments. Share this video with your friends, whatever. Peace out.